Respected members of the press, cricket enthusiasts like me, and our esteemed guests, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome each one of you for this special press conference on One World, One Family Cricket Cup. And this is the second edition. Yes, if you are not aware of this, you will get to know more about it, and that is what this event is all about. We are deeply honored to have someone with us who is the epitome, beacon of selfless service and global harmony, Shri Sadguru Madhusudan Sai ji, who is here with us. Thank you so much. It means a lot, Sadguru ji. And of course, the legendary cricketer who has inspired countless fans with his sportsman spirit and to his one-match contribution to the game of cricket. I can see some of the elders who are nodding and smiling. Nodidde gottu Vishwanath sir. So Vishwanath sir is with us. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion, sir. Now, I'm curious to know how many of you have not visited Satya Sai Grama. I know some of you are holding the phone and camera, but still, one hand I think you can use to raise that. How many of you have not visited Satya Sai Grama? All of you have visited? Gotta Muddenhalli hogidira athwa no, not virtually but in person. Well, if you haven't visited, let me tell you, you have missed something truly magical. It will wow you the moment you walk in. In fact, I have had the opportunity of visiting Satya Sai Grama a couple of times in the last 1 month. First time when I went, it reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my professional speaking colleague and mentor in Australia, Steve Simpson anta. His expertise is in organizational culture. Imagine 25-30,000 people in a company, mining company, and he consults them on organizational culture. He went to Michigan in USA, Ford headquarters. He had taken some videos, photos, and we were having an interaction. He showed a video of a gardener outside the head office where he was cutting the grass again and again. And he asked me, Chinmay, do you know what this is? I said, I think that's precision. He said, no. What do you think this is? That's focus. He said, no. And he said, Chinmay, that is culture. Culture cannot be taught. It has to be caught. Culture is something that happens when no one is watching. And when you go to Satya Sai Grama, with all the countless, 24 initiatives that are happening parallelly, whether it is that world-class hospital infrastructure equipped with latest machines and equipments, exceptional education along with the hostel facilities, the Gaushala, 100 ಹಸುಗಳಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ಗಳಿದೆ. ಹಸುಗಳೇನಾದ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಇದು 5-star ಹೋಟ್ಲ್ ಕಣೋ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ದ ಆಂಬಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ದಟ್ serene, blissful ambience. Words will not make justice to explain and express what happens in Satya Sai Grama. But however, we have made an attempt to capture it in a small video, a 4 minutes video, which we would like to play now so that you can at least get a glimpse and hopefully you will get excited to make a visit sometime soon.
One world, one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the guiding principle of the Sri Madhusudan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission. Founded by Sri Madhusudan Sai, a young humanitarian and visionary, the mission has established institutions in healthcare, education, and nutrition across 80 countries over the past 12 years. All services are provided free of charge, silently transforming millions of lives worldwide through the power of compassion. The Annapurna Morning Nutrition Program began in 2012 with breakfast for just 50 children and has since grown to become India's largest morning nutrition program. Today, over 10 million school children across India and beyond receive the Sai Sure multi-nutrient supplement, helping them begin each day nourished and ready to learn. In education, the mission has established a university and 28 residential campuses in India, as well as a school in Nigeria, offering free education from grade 6 through to doctoral studies. Over 3,700 students are receiving values-based education and developing skills to make a positive impact on society, with many coming from rural backgrounds and 40% being girls. A skill development center equips rural youth with job-ready skills through courses in plumbing and electrical technologies. Additionally, over 7,800 scholarships have been awarded to encourage primary school enrollment for rural children. The vision of accessible medical education was realized with the inauguration of the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research by Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. Offering free medical education with a commitment to serve rural communities, the institute is bridging the healthcare gap between the urban and rural areas. On the healthcare front, the mission has established the world's largest network of free pediatric cardiac hospitals in India, Fiji, and Sri Lanka. Since 2012, over 34,000 life-saving procedures have been performed at these hospitals, all at no charge. Additionally, 5 mother and child hospitals, primary care wellness centers, mobile hospitals, 2 multi-specialty hospitals in India, and 2 hospitals in Nigeria have together provided consultations to more than 2.9 million patients. Looking ahead, the mission's next milestone is a 600-bed state-of-the-art hospital in Muddanahalli, set to be the world's largest fully free hospital. Scheduled for inauguration in November 2025, it will be the second teaching hospital for the medical college. This facility will provide world-class healthcare to everyone, removing financial barriers and ensuring equitable access to high-quality care. Beyond nutrition, education, and healthcare, the mission has also established 11 centers for human development across 10 countries, fostering both service initiatives. The vision for the future is bold and transformative: to establish 600 schools all over India and 6,000 wellness centers, one in every taluk. With a mission to ensure that no child goes to school hungry, the goal is to nourish 80 million children daily, empowering the next generation with education, health, and hope. This monumental dream embodies the spirit of oneness and service, striving to create a brighter, equitable future for all. When individuals prosper, society prospers. When society prospers, the nation prospers. And when nations prosper, the world prospers. Together, we are one world, one family.
One world, one family. I'm not saying this because Sadguru nam jata idare anta, but I interacted with quite a few people who are in charge of all these projects. Sadguru on math heltarante. The most complicated thing to bring in this world is a baby. It takes 9 months. To build anything, it should take less than 9 months. So at that pace, they're building so much of infrastructure. And as I said, this is something that you have to visit and feel that. Now, I was watching a documentary about India-Australia cricket match, the famous or infamous incident that happened back in 2008 in Australia. So there was a lot of rivalry and words were exchanged. And unfortunately or unfortunately, we had many players who hated each other, and 2 of them were Harbhajan Singh and Ricky Ponting. After a few years, both of them were in the same dressing room playing for the same team in IPL, Mumbai Indians. Harbhajan Singh bowled, and then Ricky Ponting took that spectacular catch. Both of them ran towards each other, tapkondu, kundadi, as if they were cheddi dosts. Commentator was Sunil Gavaskar sir. He was over the moon. He said, this is what sports does. This is what cricket is all about. It unites people together. It throws away all this anger and revenge and everything, and it brings people together. This is sportsman's spirit. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing the second edition of this One World, One Family cricket match, which is scheduled to happen on Saturday, 8th of February. This event is just more than cricket. It embodies unity, sportsman's spirit, and shared spirit of togetherness which transcends borders, cultures, beliefs, and differences. As we all know, cricket has the power to unite millions of people. Through this initiative, we aim to promote the idea of Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. Let us watch a short video, a 3 minutes video, to relive the game that was played last year.
This cricket match is just a medium to convey this message loudly and clearly to the rest of humanity. In a world which is being increasingly divided, we are one world and one family.
You're not just being modest, you're being self-effacing. for the test match. Oh, well bowled. That beats him. That was too far. Satya Ostrom, that's been cut away down. That ball carried down to the boundary. Yes, it does. The first boundary of the match. Match action. It's 79 for 1. Flighted delivery from Harbhajan Singh. The ball is in the air. Oh, hit down the ground. Smacked high and handsome for 6. Oh, vintage of Raj. Down the ground and 6 it is. Winning or losing. And that's in the air. That's a full toss. That's in the air. The wicket keeper is getting under it and he takes it. 180 for 6.
And Maddie to begin with scored a 41 ball 51.
That's on the path, has flicked away and that will carry down to the boundary for the second boundary of the innings.
Was to Sachin.
This time he gets it through between cover and point. Does it have legs to carry down to the boundary? Yes, it does. Oh, that's gone over the top. He's found the distance, has he? The man with 800 wickets. As Tendulkar comes down the wicket, hoisted hard and high. There's a man getting under it. Does he take it? Yes, he does. That's lofted. There's a man getting under it and he takes it. A lovely catch. This could be a crucial delivery. Full toss and he's clobbered it away. They never go. Using his feet. Over the brother's head for a 6. And that's victory for one world. And that's the beauty of it. He wins the game, but goes down and bows down before his elder brother and says, it's the spirit of cricket that wins. It's the joy of cricket that wins. We're all one world, one family.
Almost the last ball in the video. Yes, let's give a huge round of applause because this is something really truly special. In the video, Sadguru on math ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, in the world that is being increasingly divided. Now, one of my guru, he said, ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಬರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಮೂರ್ತಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತೆ. ಊರಿಂದ ಮನೆ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಂತೆ, ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದಿವಸ ಯಾರೋ ಅದ್ರ ಪಕ್ಕ ವಿಷ್ಣು ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವನು ಊದ್ಬತ್ತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಮೂಗ್ನ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋದಂತೆ. But unfortunately in today's world this is what is happening. We are being more and more divided, and these kind of initiatives will kind of remind us, will tell us that we are all one, and that is the intention behind this. Now it gives me truly an honor. I have requested the photographers to take a photo because Vishwanath sir is here and of course Sadguru is also here. Being a kid who grew up in the 90s, I used to hear from my father, hey, ಏನು ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಾರೋ ಇವ್ರು ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟರ್ಸು, ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಗೆದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಈ ಗೇಮು. Gundappa Ranganath Vishwanath was rated one of the India's finest batsmen throughout the 1970s. He has played Test cricket, ODI for India, and he has scored more than 6,000 runs in Test matches. I was watching this interview of Ravi Shastri and he said, Vishwanath sir has scored centuries on one of the toughest tracks, batting tracks, when other batsmen couldn't even score 30 runs. That shows what kind of a batsman he was. And he is the only cricketer to have scored double century on his debut during the first class match against Andhra Pradesh back in 1967. And he went on to score the first century on debut against Australia back in 1967. Sir, YouTube ಎಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಕಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸಿಗಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅದು. I wish someone had captured it. And I wish we had T20 format back then. He has been awarded Colonel C.K. Naidu Lifetime Achievement Award by BCCI back in 2009, which is one of the highest award given in Indian cricket. He has also received Arjuna Award back in 1977. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause as we would like to hear a few words from Gundappa Ranganath Vishwanath. Sir.
Hello, Namaskara. Most respected and revered Swamiji and my dear friends. At the outset, a warm welcome to all of you on what is a very special occasion. I feel very humbled to be here and to share my thoughts on a concept that is very, very close to my heart. I believe that the world can and must be one family, and that sport in general and cricket in particular is a terrific vehicle through which we can achieve this goal. Whatever little I have achieved in life is entirely because I played cricket for my club for my state and very proudly for my country. In so many ways, I feel it is my duty and responsibility to therefore fall back on cricket to extend the concept of united family. Because ultimately, however different and diverse we might be, and however culturally aligned we might be, we're all one big family. Cricket taught me the value of family. That sense of family grew stronger and firmer. As cricketers, you spend a lot of time with your teammates, especially when you travel away from for home for matches. It became imperative for us to come together as a unit, like any family. There were differences of opinion, as there must be, because it's only when you're exposed to differing opinions that your horizons broaden and your outlook is shaped. But those differences weren't deal breaking. Those were in the days when means of communication were limited. There were no mobile phones or social media. Today, with the advancement in technology, the world has shrunk and is a great time for further noble concept of one world and one family. Sport has become a way of life now, a pursuit of excellence that leads to greater things. How is that different from a family? We know the place cricket holds in the Indian consciousness, and I feel therefore that it is the perfect vehicle through which we can launch the laudable initiative of bringing the whole world under one giant flourishing roof. Cricket in India is the privileged position of shaping attitudes and influencing mindset and thinking. It's a great honor for the sport, and it is almost natural that it should be the driving force behind one world, one family idea. Again, I feel truly humbled that I occupy a support, and with the blessings of Swamiji, we will realize our goal sooner rather than later. As you may all aware, my esteemed cricketing colleague, Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, has been supporting this cause almost from the start with all his heart. In our cricketing days, he opened the innings for India, and I followed at number 4. We didn't have too many long partnership on the field, but this time, with Sadguru Madhusudan Sai blessings, I really hope that we put up an excellent score together for this wonderful humanitarian initiative. One world, one family. Thank you all.
Thank you, Vishwanath sir. Last year, Sunil Gavaskar said, with these kind of initiatives that he is part of, he is starting his 3rd innings. It's great to know that his partner will be Vishwanath sir, who will have a long partnership with him.
I have to follow him. He always have followed him because he always opened the innings. So now he said the 3rd innings, so I have to follow.
Captain. So happy to hear that, sir. Thank you so much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, huge round of applause to our Vishwanath sir. Now, definitely he needs no introduction, but as a formality, I have to do that. It is our Sri Sadguru Madhusudan Sai ji, a global humanitarian leader. Since 2012, he has dedicated his life to uplift millions of people through free nutrition, free education, and free healthcare initiatives. Guided by the ancient Indian principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family, and you can see that in every logo. 28 educational campuses and university in South India alone, as well as schools in Nigeria, provide free value-based education to 3,600 students. 6,700 scholarships has been awarded so far. 12 specialty hospitals in India and hospitals in Fiji, Sri Lanka, Nigeria has changed or lives of 32,000 children, and they have offered to over 2.2 million people outpatient consultation. Through the initiative which is Annapurna Morning Nutrition, they nourish 10 million school-going children across 1 lakh government schools in India, Indonesia, Thailand, Nigeria, Sri Lanka and Australia. And all service provided by Sri Madhusudan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission are offered for absolutely free of charge to all without any discrimination. So let me take the pride in saying this is in our very own Muddenahalli in Chikballapur. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause as we would love to hear a few thoughts and words about this particular initiative from our own Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai ji.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Thanks Chidmay for the wonderful energizing introductions, and thanks to Sri Vishwanath ji, who is now beginning his third innings as he has promised, following Sunil Gavaskar. Sunil Gavaskar ji is a trustee on our trusts, an advisor to our global humanitarian mission. He travels around the world to talk about the work we do and create awareness, and that he calls as his third innings, batting for the lives of children, for their education, health and nutrition. So I'm very glad that you are again partnering with him, and I'm sure you'll score centuries after centuries in this great work of humanitarian causes. This cup was initiated as one of the ideas to spread this message of India's ancient culture, that we believe that everybody is one family. If we remember in the G20 summit, which was the last one, the previous one, which was there in India, the motto was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is borrowed from our Upanishad, which says, Ayam nijaha paro vetti gadana laghuchetasam udaracharitanam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It means to think that some people are ours and some are not is the way of the narrow-minded people. For the broad-minded ones, the whole world is one family. Nowhere in the world you hear this idea except in India. And this idea is thousands of years old. So this idea became the soul and whole motivation for our mission. In fact, when we did not have a proper motto, it was in San Jose in the US, when Sunil ji was there in the same room as me and a few other people, and we were brainstorming about the work. And suddenly it came out of my mouth that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means one world, one family. And immediately Sunil Gavaskar ji caught that and said, why should this not be the motto of the mission? It is a wonderful idea to say one world, one family. It is very simple. Everybody can understand. We don't have to explain to any country, any religion, any philosophy. Everybody understands what a family is. And if we treat everyone in the world as a family, we are done. That is the message. And that is how this one world, one family became the motto of this mission. In the same year when the cup was organized, we had built a cricket stadium in the Muddenahalli campus. We have several campuses, but in Muddenahalli, Vishweshwaraya, Sir M. Vishweshwaraya's birthplace. We are a stone's throw from there. That's where this ground was created for the university's sake, for promoting sports, yoga, and physical fitness amongst the university students. But then we thought, why not open it to everyone? Because there are a lot of rural kids who may also want to access this facility to train themselves, which is quite expensive outside. So with that, this stadium, Sai Krishnan Cricket Stadium, was thrown open to everyone, including the Blind Cricket Association here, which is in Karnataka. How to celebrate this event we thought about, and then Sunil ji and we all thought, and that is how Vishwanath ji, Sunil ji and so many others got involved. And we organized this first match called One World, One Family Cup. And it was truly a One World, One Family Cup, as you saw. On the last ball of the match, which could have been the winning or the losing ball, Irfan Pathan bats and Yusuf Pathan bowls. And one of them has to win, one of them has to lose. And captaincy was Sachin Tendulkar ji on one side, who is also a great ambassador of our mission, and on the other side it was Yuvraj. Can you believe, after the whole day's tiring effort, is the last ball, whatever happens defines the destiny of the match. And one brother bowls, the other brother hits it for a 4, and then they win the match. And yet they hug each other and smile at each other, and they don't sledge or throw abuses like you mentioned, because they know they both are brothers, and whoever wins, the family wins. So this idea got so entrenched through this very first match that we thought, why not celebrate it year after year? Why not give opportunity to rural kids to come and watch cricket matches? The whole stadium was full of rural kids, many from underprivileged backgrounds. There was no ticketing for them. They just sat and enjoyed the match with meals and all the other refreshments. They saw their heroes, cricketing heroes, at an arm's length, and they became inspired. So many of our students from our campuses are now wanting to become cricketers after this match. It's naturally so because children get inspired. So I also want to say that with this second match, it is very unique because we have a hospital in Sri Lanka which also does heart surgery. It's a free of cost hospital in Batticaloa Eastern region. This was done during COVID times for the sake of our Sri Lankan brothers and sisters. And by now it has saved more than 2,000 lives. So Arvinda De Silva, who is another cricketing legend from Sri Lanka, as we know, they were the winning team of 1996 World Cup. At that point in time, he joined us and said that why don't we become a part of your mission. And so we thought, why don't you come over here and we will celebrate this partnership between India and Sri Lanka where our doctors go and do work for you. So many people support that hospital and Sri Lankans benefit from it. Why don't we celebrate as the next edition of the match? And that's how this match has been conceptualized. And this is between India and Sri Lanka team. Again, two brothers, I must say, because we have been brothers for a long, long time. India and Sri Lanka share their cultural, historical, spiritual ties for several centuries. And that is going to be celebrated this time, where we bring the two nations a little more closer, building another bridge, like Ramasetu was built earlier to connect Sri Lanka and India. This match is going to be the bridge in the modern times to bring these two countries together and celebrate our commonness, our sameness, our universality of brotherhood. So Arvinda De Silva took the initiative from that side, and he is bringing some of the top stars from Sri Lanka's cricketing firmament. And here we are under the leadership of Gavaskar ji, G.R. Vishwanath ji, who is now here with us. And I'm also proud to say on this occasion, yesterday we were discussing and Vishwanath ji said, I'll come over to your campus every now and then and help training the next generation in cricket. And that would be my seva. That would be my offering. I was so impressed. I said, why don't we launch an academy, a cricketing academy, right there in Mudenhalli, which will promote sports for the younger generation. So I'm also proud to announce that we are going to be honoring Vishwanath ji for 50 years of 97 not out, those who know the feat. It was one of the finest feats in cricket. Till date, it is celebrated. So we are going to honor him for that and also simultaneously launch a cricketing academy with his permission. May I call it as Vishwanath-Gavaskar Cricket Academy, which will help us to train the next generation. We'll take 30 students in the first batch and we'll train them. And I look forward to you and the association with all cricketers that you know of, that they can come and share their insights and help these kids grow. There is a residential facility, food, accommodation, everything will be given as a part of our university's initiative. So Chinmay, if you missed learning how to play cricket, this is your opportunity to seize. You can come and learn a few strokes. He has a repertoire of all the strokes that you can think of in the cricketing spectrum, but of course the square cut that he knows is known for, you can come and have a try at it. Thank you for coming, and please be there on February 8th in Mudenhalli, right in our Karnataka. This is happening, and this is a proud thing for all of us. So please join us and spread the word. Thank you.
I'm sure that they are going to represent India and make us all proud. Thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, huge round of applause to our Sadguru for telling us and helping us understand how it all conceptualized. Again, coming with an idea is one thing, but executing and making sure that it happens at lightning speed is another. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the time that we have been waiting for, or I have been personally waiting for, is to unveil the trophy, the cup, which is going to happen. Now, media people, I would request you, ನೀವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, coordinate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, because I know all of you want to get and capture that particular moment. So whenever you are ready, I would request Sadguru ji and also Vishwanath sir to kindly unveil the cup. Please come forward. So do you want me to give a countdown so that everyone can capture this? 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. Ladies and gentlemen, one world, one family cricket cup that will be played between India, one world versus Sri Lanka, one family on Saturday, the 8th of February 2025 at Sai Krishnan Cricket Stadium in Mundenahalli. We have amazing cricketers who will be playing this particular game. The Pathan brothers, Irfan Pathan, Yusuf Pathan, Naman Oja, Badrinath, Ashok Dingha, Pragyan Oja, Abhimanyu Mithun, Venkatesh Prasad, Sunil Joshi, Parthiv Patel, Sujit Somsundar, Manoj Tiwari. And from Sri Lanka we have Aravinda D. Silva, Arjuna Ranatunga, Romesh Kaluvitarana, Chaminda Vas, Tisara Pereira, Dilshan, of course Mutaya Muralidharan. All my childhood heroes will be there, and I can't wait to see them in person. Because I'm sure our friends from the media, you definitely have questions to ask. We should be able to take few questions. So who would like to go first? Yes, ma'am.
Either one of you all can answer this. Can you elaborate on the academy, please? Is it going to be a free academy? Is it going to run year-long? Is it going to be exclusively for your students? How will that work?
The academy is a free academy, as all our education is free, and it would be open to everyone, including the students of our institutions. And it will be an in-house residential academic program where they would stay on the campus throughout the year for a certain number of months, and they will practice what is needed to be done. We will also facilitate their participation in small matches across the state and the country, which will encourage them to become better cricketers later. So it's a free of cost academy. The admissions will be thrown open soon after this cricket match, and people can apply for it. It's a boys' academy for the time being, so I have to apologize for that. But when we are in a better position, when we can handle both boys and girls, we will definitely open an academy for girls too. Yes.
Can we expect other sports also except cricket in your institutions there?
No, I'm very particular that we promote as much as possible, as many sports as possible. We have our Indian sports also, Kho-Kho, Kabaddi and all that children play, and basketball, volleyball. But the infrastructure of the cricket stadium is the finest, I would say. It's an international standard. You can comment on the infrastructure because he has come and seen. So I thought if there is a big international level match to be organized, the cricket ground is the best that we have. We do have other facilities too, and we are still building football and indoor stadiums and things like that, which will happen over a period.
Actually, yesterday I visited the ground. It is looking beautiful, and the curator is none other than Mr. Narayan Raju, which he was involved in our KCA test matches as well. He created so many matches, and a lot of experience he's got. And he was also there when we were together. His ground is already looking good. Still another probably 8th we have. He said that by second or third, the ground and the pitch will be beautiful. And that, actually the atmosphere there, you have to believe yourself when you come, and all around the hills, the Nandi Hills, all around, and it's one of the picturesque ground I ever visited. So when you come there and see when it's in full capacity, crowd and the players are playing, it's unbelievable. Last year itself it was excellent, and I can really say this year looks much, much better than the last year.
And if I may add, because I have visited, ಈಗಲೇ ನೀವು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಗೂಗಲಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್, ಅದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಹೂ ಥರ ಇದೆ ಪೆಟಲ್ಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಈಚ್ ಪೆಟಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಟೆನ್ನಿಸ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಬಾಸ್ಕೆಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದೇರ್. So it's just definitely a feast once you are there. Thank you for the question, sir.
Nice one, sir. Nice one.